Japanese supernatural beings is not exclusively comprised of yokai. A subset of these entities are believed to be vengeful spirits of individuals who have experienced unjust or tragic circumstances. Anthropological investigations have linked one such spirit to a historical event dating back to the 17th century Edo period. Local Japanese believe the body is buried in a temple at Miyogyoji in Sugamo, Tokyo, and records indicate the death occurred on February 22, 1636. Japanese belief, Onryo are vengeful spirits that can harm people in the living world. These spirits are often women who were wronged during their lives and seek revenge in death. They are described as very angry and cruel and can cause natural disasters to get back at their enemies. While we don't know for sure where Onryo came from, people have believed in them since the 8th century. They thought that powerful and angry souls of dead people could hurt or even kill the living. One of the first stories about Onryo is about Prince Nagaya, who died in 729. There's also a story in a book called Shoku Nihongi from 797 about a man named Fujiwara Hirotsugu, whose spirit harmed another man named Genbo. In Japan, there are 3 very powerful and famous Onryo named Emperor Sutoku, Taira no Masakado, and Sugawara no Michizane. After they died, people believed their angry spirits caused many bad things to happen, like people dying and natural disasters. To make the spirits happy, people built shrines to worship them. People in Japan still respect Onryo today. There is a special place called Masakado-zuka, where Taira no Masakado is buried. People have tried to move it many times, but every time they do, something bad happens, so they have left it where it is. The word Goryo is another word for Onryo, but Goryo usually refers to the spirits of noble people who died unfairly. People believe that Goryo can cause problems, and that we should worship them to make them happy. In Japanese beliefs, Onryo can happen when a person has too much hate or anger inside. This can make their spirit leave their body and become an Onryo. People also believe that Onryo can happen to people who died too young. People thought that Onryo could cause bad things like people dying in natural disasters. For example, a man named Hirotsugu was angry and his spirit was blamed for killing someone. A prince named Sawara was also angry, and his spirit was blamed for causing a lot of problems for the emperor. The emperor tried to stop Sawara's spirit from causing trouble by doing special rituals and giving Sawara a special title. He also moved to a new place to get away from the spirit. Another example is Sugawara no Michizane. He was a good person who was treated badly. After he died, people believed his spirit caused bad things to happen. To make the spirit happy, people built shrines to worship him. Oiwa, a well-known vengeful spirit or Onryo, is the central character in the Japanese ghost story Yotsuya Kaidan. Her story is inspired by real events and has been adapted countless times into various forms of entertainment, such as kabuki plays, theater, and film. As a result, there are numerous versions of Oiwa's tale, each with its own unique elements. What kind of horrors does her tale unfold? Oiwa was a beautiful and kind woman who married a samurai named Tamiya Ieemon. At first, they were very happy together. However, another woman named Ume was also in love with Ieemon. Ume was so jealous and angry that Ieemon married Oiwa, so she came up with a wicked plan. Secretly, she gave Oiwa a special cream and told her it would make her even more beautiful. Trusting Ume, Oiwa used the cream, but the cream was actually poison. It ruined Oiwa's face. One of her eyes was almost gone, and she lost all her hair. Instead of feeling pity or sympathy, Ieemon felt disgusted by his wife's condition. He wished for Oiwa to die soon. He sent his friend Takuetsu to kill Oiwa, but Takuetsu was unable to do so. In the end, Oiwa chose to end her own life with the sword. After Oiwa's death, Ume finally married Ieemon. On their wedding day, Ume wore a traditional face veil, as is customary for brides. When Ieemon lifted the veil, he was greatly startled. He saw Oiwa's horrifying visage. As a trained Ronin, Ieemon instinctively drew his sword and attacked. However, to his further shock, the head that rolled on the floor was Ume's. He had inadvertently killed his new wife. Overwhelmed by frustration, Ieemon was haunted by Oiwa from that day forward. Nearing madness, he retreated to a secluded mountain retreat. Unfortunately, his psychological condition deteriorated, blurring the lines between dreams and reality. The terrifying ghost of Oiwa was ever present. Moved by pity for Ieemon's endless suffering, an acquaintance named Sato Yamoshichi ultimately decided to end his life. After Ieemon's death, Oiwa's spirit remained restless. She became a vengeful ghost, haunting many, particularly Ieemon's relatives who had supported his marriage to Uma. With her disfigured and ruined face, Oiwa instilled fear wherever she appeared, causing accidents and fatalities. To appease her spirit, the Tamiya family constructed a shrine dedicated to Inari, the Shinto deity of prosperity and success. This shrine was named Oiwa Inari Tamiya Jinja. Some believe this old shrine to be one of the most haunted places in Tokyo, and it has even become a part of ghost tours. Many visitors come to pray to Oiwa, but they are often unaware that Oiwa's remains are not interred at the shrine, but rather at Myogyoji in Sugamo, Tokyo.